welcome to today's video. Today I have a book tag. This is the Pride and Prejudice book tag, which was created by Emma at Turn Another Page. I will drop a link down below to her blog post so you can check that out. So yeah, this is going to be exciting. Before we jump into this, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button so you don't miss new uploads to the channel. And don't forget, at the end, if you've liked this video, then please do give it a like, because it really does help with the algorithm. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the questions. So number one, the Bennet Sisters, a mixed bag. So this is a book or series with an eclectic cast of characters. Okay, for this one, I'm going to have to go with All Our Darkest Secrets by Martin Ford. I just read this book. It has a really good mix of characters, and there's some really oh, it's so messed up, and just there's so many characters. You've got the really nice ones, you've got the loyal ones, you've got the naive ones, you've got the plain evil ones. It's just there is such a mixed cast with this one. So definitely that. Number two, Charlotte Lucas, The Best Friend, a dependable book or series, TV show or film you can always turn to. Now this one for me, book series, has got to be Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson is just possibly my favourite book series, possibly ever, maybe. I don't know, it's just one of the, I could definitely reread it multiple times, and there was just so much that I loved about the whole series. And yeah, it's definitely a dependable. I knew going into every single book in the series that I was gonna love it, basically, and they were all 5-star reads for me. So yeah, definitely Percy Jackson for that one. Number three, Mr. Darcy, The Unexpected Surprise, a book or series that you didn't originally like but grew to love. Okay, now this is a little bit harder, but I'm going to go with Journey to Paradise by Paula Greenleys for this, because this is a book that originally, when I finished reading, I was it was a really good book. It had good characters, it had good storyline, the plot and everything, the whole location of it and everything. It was good. It was a good book. But I didn't realise quite how good until afterwards, when I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And that is, for me, the sign of a really good book, because if you read the book and you're oh wow, that was amazing, but then afterwards you forget about it. Whereas with this book, it was oh yeah, this is really, really good, and then afterwards I just kept thinking about it, and I was okay, no, so this book is actually really good, because it stays with you. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Number four, Lady Catherine de Bourg, The Intimidating Aristocrat, a book or series that intimidates you. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna go with A Game of Thrones. Okay, hear me out. Apart from the fact that it is quite a mammoth series, it's obviously incredibly hyped up, and everything, the whole TV show as well being super hyped up and everything. I have the first book from this series on my bookshelf. It's quite a beast looking at it, and it's one I really want to read it, because I want to read the books before I watch the TV show, or at least the first book in the series. I want to read it before I watch the TV show. Yes, I have never seen an episode of Games of Thrones. I know, I'm not, in the masses here, one of the few that has never had that. And it's sort of it got to a point of Prince where I was no, I want to read the books first, and then I haven't. And I've got the first one now, and it's sat on my shelf, and it looks at me, and every time I'm oh yeah, I'm gonna read you next, I'm gonna read you next, and then I just get intimidated by how big a book it is, I think, and just what it has to live up to. So yeah, I'm going to go with Game of Thrones for that one. Number 5, Mr. Bingley. Honest yet easily led. A character you like that deserves a lot of love. Okay, this one I'm going to go with Millie from Four Ways to Wear a Dress by Gillian Libby. This one, because I don't know, there's part of me that like really connected with her character, because she just like ups and leaves her life in search of something better and like discovering herself and what it is she actually wants to do. And that's kind of what I did when I left the UK and came to Rome. I just like last minute just like, okay, I'm gonna go, and just like left everything on my own and went. And so I definitely feel a connection with Millie. I also because she has ADHD and things, and I really like respected her even more for how she dealt with that and dealt with other people's reactions to that. And it just gave me like an extra level of respect for her. I also really appreciated the fact that she wasn't perfect. She had a lot of fails, and she kind of like owned those, and I just, yeah. So she definitely deserves a lot of love. Number 6, Mr. Collins. Awkward and a little socially inept. What hyped or popular book series have you not yet read? Okay, so Game of Thrones, I already said that one. So for this one, I'm going to go with Colleen Hoover. Okay, this is like all her books. I have yet to read one of her books, and she is like one of the most hyped up authors. I always see her books coming up like in my feeds and everything, and everyone's always gushing about like how good they are and everything, and I have yet to read a single one. And I always think, oh yeah, I need to get my hands on one of these books, and like every time they get hyped up and stuff, and I have still yet to read one. So maybe I should, because they all get hyped up, and she's written quite a few now, and it always seems to be like a big deal. So yeah, gonna go for her. Number 7, The Gardiners. Steady voices of reason. A character from any book, film or TV series that you would turn to for advice. Okay, now this is tough. There's probably lots here. For this one, I'm going to go with Maggie from The Library by Bella Osborne. Because she's not perfect. She makes a lot of mistakes and things. But at the same time, she has definitely lived her life. She has a lot of experience, and even like the bad stuff has like taught her a lot. And she just knows a lot of stuff in general. Also, she is like majorly involved in the library, helping save the library, and reads a lot of books, and she has like opinions about them, and so I think she would be a really good character to ask for advice, to be honest. I think she would give good advice. Maybe she's not so great at taking her own advice or that of other people, but she definitely gives good advice. Okay, number 8, Mr. Wickham, The Deceiver, a book that did not reach your expectations. Okay, for this one, I'm going to go with a book by one of my favourite authors. Okay, so this is Up to Date by Susan Hatler. Now, I love Susan Hatler books. She has like mastered the art of writing easy read romance books. Okay, so if you're looking for something you're just going to shoot through, it's not going to be hard work, you're going to enjoy it, you're going to like the characters in it. She's definitely like my go-to. In this book, I think because I have such high expectations for her books, I've read a lot of her books now, and they've all been like really good reads, and this one just kind of fell short for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Number 9, Georgiana, Darcy, shy, naive but friendly, an underhyped or represented book that you really love. For this one, I've got to give a shout out to the Shepherd series by Ethan Cross. I absolutely loved this series. Okay, so if you like like psychological thrillers, serial killers, those kind of books, then this series was amazing. And I love this. I even did like a blog post with, I did a series of blog posts with series that I'm obsessed with, and this was one of the first ones I did, because I think this really needs a lot more limelight. Like the whole series was just so good, and it's definitely one of the, I mean, it's so much better than a lot of the series out there that have been turned into TV series and things like that. This could definitely be turned into a TV series as well, and I'm really rooting for the author for this, because deserves so much. So yeah, definitely that. Totally awesome. Even though he's changed the names of the books several times over and rebranding the covers and everything, and I absolutely loved the covers of the originals and the titles and everything of the originals, so I was kind of like bummed about that, to be honest, but totally deserves a load of hype, and I don't think it's got enough of it yet. And then we got the last one, Colonel Foster's Regiment, sure to live up any party. Okay, what book or series would you always recommend? Okay, now there are several here, but I've mentioned a few of them already, so I'm going to go with Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. This series was one that just like really hooked me. I don't know, I just got like so absorbed into Louisa's life and everything, and it was, I mean, it's an emotional, right? You do need a box of tissues handy when you're reading the series, but all three books for me were amazing, just like really emotional and funny, and they were just like everything basically. So yeah, definitely from the first book, which obviously they made the film out of and everything, but also the other two, so After You and Still Me, are definitely worth the read as well, and are amazingly good in their own right as well. So yeah, as a series, just yeah, cannot recommend it enough, because it just has so much. It has so much. I mean, obviously it comes with trigger warnings as a series. If you know anything about Me Before You, then you know that it deals with some heavy topics and things, but seriously, so good, so good. Also, because it deals with the heavy topic, it's really thought-provoking as a series, like in general. So yay, and that's it. That's the end of the tag. So I'm gonna have a think, and I'm gonna tag some people down below. If I don't tag you and you would like to do the tag, then please consider yourself tagged by me, because I always love to open these up to everybody else as well. Again, shout out to Emma from Turn Another Page for creating this tag and for letting me know about it, so thank you very much for that. And yeah, that's it for today. Like I said at the beginning, please click that subscribe button and get the notifications for new videos uploaded to the channel so you don't miss out on them. I would really appreciate your support for this, and that's it. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.